What's going on, everybody? I'm Quest for Nostalgia. I'm a YouTube content creator, and I also stream variety games over on Twitch. I hate really long intros. This video is all about the top 5 games of all time that I've actually never played. So let's get into it. Roll the intro. Yeah, so this video is going to be all about top 5 games that are just unbelievably popular that I've never played, which is shocking as a video game, content creator and somebody who's just been playing video games for almost 30 years, whatever. It's like, how have I not played some of these? And it's just those games that are going to be kind of jaw-dropping, like, really, you've never played these? And so I kind of want to hear what you guys also have in your list of like games that people would be shocked that you'd never played before. So let's get into it. I'm going to start it with earliest consoles and move my way up. And I'm going to try to keep, either one per console or also not doing a bunch of in one franchise. So the PlayStation 1 has a bunch of amazing games. And for me, that looked like me playing Spyro, Crash Bandicoots, Spider-Man, Harry Potter, those games. I played a lot of fun cartoony platformers and things like that. But one game that people love on the PlayStation 1 is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And if you watched my year in review video, I played Metroid Zero Mission for the Game Boy Advance last year, and it was my first Metroidvania. It was the first time I played one of those games where you go out and you kind of expand the map as you go, and I loved it. I absolutely loved Metroid Zero Mission, and so it sparked my interest in playing other Metroidvania games. And so I thought my next one would maybe be Metroid Fusion for the Game Boy Advance, but I was thinking, man, I really should play a Castlevania to get the other half of Metroidvania. And the one that people love so much is Castlevania Symphony of the Night for the PlayStation 1. So that game, on the other hand, I do think is a game I will be knocking out, and we'll let you know kind of my first impressions and see if it holds up or if it's just nostalgia that hypes that game up for other people. We're going to move up just another generation. We're going to go to the PlayStation 2. And this is another one where like I played a lot of cartoony platforms and things like that. So I played games like Sly Cooper. That was my jam. I absolutely love Sly Cooper to death. Another game series in the PlayStation 2 era that I played was the Grand Theft Auto series. I mean, I put ridiculous amounts of time into Grand Theft Autos, just playing the crap out of them. They were, I was probably too young to be playing something like that, but I just loved it so much. It was so much fun. But a game series that it's shocking for me that I never picked it up, or just, you were at the mercy of your parents buying, when you're getting games when you're a kid. But that's going to be the God of War series. And so I just didn't play it. I never had it. I never owned it. And so I never got a chance to play that. I played God of War 2018. So I played that at the beginning of this year, and it was amazing. And I know that is wildly different than the PlayStation 2 versions. The newest one is much more closer to an RPG, and it's not nearly as hack and slashy. There's a method to the combat. But yeah, I definitely need to go back and see what the God of War series was like before transitioning into this new PS4 era of just, awesome RPG elements and things like that. So I'm excited to give that one a try as well. The Xbox was my biggest transition in my gaming. So I had gone from platformers and cartoony games and things like that over to first-person shooters, and that fully engulfed me. So I had gotten Halo 2 and didn't even have an Xbox, and then my dad was like, oh, you don't have an Xbox, and got me an Xbox so that I could play Halo 2. And so that game really got me into first-person shooters and things like that. But that's all I played after that. I played a lot of shooters like Call of Duty and things. I played some third-person shooters like Gears of War as well for the Xbox as the Xbox grew. But a game that I missed out on was Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars, and that's shocking to me because I love Star Wars. You can see we have an AT-AT right here. We've got a TIE fighter, a Millennium Falcon over there, and things like that. It's like, a craft your own storyline. It's an RPG game with Star Wars. And I wasn't huge into RPGs. Like I just said, I played a lot more shooters during this era. But it's like, really, you'd never thought to pick that up and to try that. But that's one that I actually really do also want to go back and try. Now that I've branched out into RPGs and JRPGs, I think it'd be amazing to go back and try Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Fingers crossed, maybe by the time I can get around to it, that there will be a gorgeous remake or remaster out that I won't have to play, the Xbox version. There will be some sweet upgrade with, crazy 4K graphics. But yeah, that's a series that I'm shocked myself that I have not played. For the next game, we're going up another console and we're going to the Xbox 360. I was all about the Modern Warfares and just doing those, the Black Ops, that was my game. I loved Call of Duty first-person shooters, and it just took me by storm. Multiplayer sucked all my hours away of gaming, and so I missed out on a lot of series. And so I'm jumping in and throwing 3 games into this one because it's going to be the Mass Effect series here. And so the Mass Effect series, people love them. People love them to death. They love the customizing of your story. They love that your story carried out through 3 different games. You could bring your save over and things like that. When I looked at it, though, just like looked at these, a bunch of dialogue talking and things like that, and then the third person shooting looked nowhere near as good as it did in Gears of War, but that's not the main point of the game. The game is the story and the relationships between characters in your spaceship and stuff like that. So I just missed out on it completely. It didn't spark my interest when I was stuck in that mindset of shooters, and so I missed it. But now we can see that there's the Mass Effect like Legendary Edition coming out. That's going to be a remaster of all of these, and that's what's tempting, is like I own all 3 of them for Xbox 360. I own Andromeda for PS4, but I've never played them. And it's like, oof, should I buy the remaster to try it in this new light and, with the better quality of life changes that they've made to it? Or should I give it a try on here, because who knows if I'll like it in the first place? The last game is actually going to take a step back, and it's actually going to go back to the Nintendo 64. And this is going to be probably a pretty big shocker, but at the same time, if you can think of the most loved game of all time for the Nintendo 64, you're probably going to think of Zelda Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask. And both of those games I did not play. I don't know how I missed it. I just never owned it again. I didn't own a Nintendo 64 till way later in my life. And Nintendo 64 to me was things like Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Snap, Mario Kart, those games. And I did not have Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, so I never played them. And then, just down the road, like I said, turned into a shooter, style gamer and things like that. So I didn't go back and play these RPGs and kind of drifted away from Nintendo as I got older. And so, yeah, I also have not played Breath of the Wild for the Nintendo Switch, which is another beloved Zelda. I mean, generally, you can say almost any Zelda game I haven't played besides the original things like A Link to the Past, those ones I played when I was really young. So yeah, I missed out on those. But goodness, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask are just like one of the highest ranked games ever, and I just haven't played them. And I need to go back and give them a fair try and see what people love about these games and what, is it nostalgia or is it actually a great game, and can you like it, coming into the 2020s and on? Will do those games still hold up to this day? I hope you like this video. We've had some struggles with cameras and the microphone. As you can see, this is a brand new mic because the other one kept cutting out due to like static in the room and things like that. It was just crazy. But so we got a new mic. Unfortunately, we're a week behind in content because I filmed this video 4 times already, and then now finally being able to get it back out to you guys. But yeah, let me know what games like you think people would be like jaw dropped that you've never played before, or tell me how badly I need to play some of those games on my list. I hope you guys enjoyed this. As always, come follow me on Instagram. That's a cool way to connect with me, be able to, direct message me and stuff like that, and also get live updates for when I'm about to go stream and things like that. And then leading to that, come follow, subscribe over on Twitch. I stream variety games. I'll be streaming some of the games that, I mentioned in this video here and getting my first impressions on them. And then always like, comment, subscribe here on YouTube if you're enjoying the content. We're really trying to step things up here and bring you good quality stuff. And then I just hope you're enjoying the content that I'm putting out here. But thanks for watching. If you made it this far, you guys are awesome. I love you guys so much. And yeah, have a good day.